Hi, grade 7. Are you fine? Today we will continue for chapter 1, classification of matter. Okay, let's take a little warm up. Think about the air that you are breathing in right now. What are some components of the air? Okay, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. Why might air be referred to as a mixture? Okay, let's see the learning goals. Define substances and mixtures. Distinguish between or different classes of matter. The matter. Matter, anything that has mass and takes up space. All matter can be divided into substance and mixtures. Substances, the type of matter with a fixed composition, can be either elements or compounds. The mixtures, look at this mixture. Mixture, material made of two or more substances that can be separated by physical means. For example, a salad bar provides a range of items, such as lettuce, tomato, cheese, and green peppers. Customers choose which items to use in their salads and how much of each item to use. So, each salad mixture has different types and amounts of components. A mixture is a physical blend of two or more components. Okay, this is a pure material, which could be a compound or mixture. Uh, okay, element and compound. Most samples of matter are mixture. Some mixtures are easier to recognize than others. You can easily recognize chicken noodle soup as a mixture of chicken, noodles, and broth. Recognizing air as a mixture of gas is more difficult, but the fact that air can be drier or more humid shows that the amount of one of component of air, water vapor, for example, can vary. Homogeneous mixture, it contains two or more gaseous, liquid, or solid substance blended evenly throughout. Examples: vinegar, acetic acid and water, iced tea, fog, smoke, olive oil. They are all homogeneous mixtures. For example, homogeneous mixture can be described as solution or colloid. The substances in olive oil are evenly distributed throughout the mixture. So olive oil doesn't look like a mixture. It shows one appearance. The same is true for vinegar. Vinegar is mixture of water and acetic acid, which dissolves in water. Okay, same appearance. The term phase is used to describe any part of sample with uniform composition and properties. Uniform composition. By definition, a homogeneous mixture consists of a single phase. Okay? But heterogeneous mixtures, a mixture in which the different materials can be distinguished easily. For example, heterogeneous mixture consists of two or more phases. When oil and vinegar are mixed, they form a heterogeneous mixture with two layers or phases. Look at the olive oil with the vinegar. When are mixed, they form two phases or two layers. The oil phase floats on the water or vinegar phase. This is an example of heterogeneous mixture. Look at the granite and the candies. For example, salad, granite, dry soup, mix. The composition of matter. Matter, which could be solid, liquid, gas, or gas. It could be also pure substance or mixture. Pure substance of constant composition, like the element, which couldn't be separated into simpler substance, compound, which is of constant composition, but it would be transformed into element by chemical change. Okay, by physical methods, preparing mixture or separating individual component, the mixtures could be a heterogeneous mixture and homogeneous one. How to separate the components of mixture? Separating mixtures. If you have a salad containing an ingredient you don't like, you can remove it with a fork. Many mixtures are not as easy to separate. Separate a mixture of olive oil and vinegar. For example, you could decant or pour off the oil layer, or you might cool the mixture until the oil turned solid. It would be easy. For example, the filtration, the coffee filter, this is the coffee filter, can separate the ground coffee beans from brewed coffee. The liquid coffee passes through the paper filter, but the solid coffee ground cannot pass through the filter. Also, the filtration paper is used in a laboratory is similar to coffee filter. Filter paper is often placed in a funnel, then the mixture is poured. Solid particles that cannot pass through the filter remain in the funnel. The rest of the particle pass through. The process that separates a solid from liquid in a heterogeneous mixture is called filtration. Distillation. Tap water is a homogeneous mixture of water and substances that are dissolved in the water. One way to separate water from the other components in tap water is through a process called distillation. During distillation, a liquid is boiled to produce a vapor that is then condensed into liquid. Look at the setup. The figure below shows an apparatus used to perform a small-scale distillation. This is a small-scale distillation. A Bunsen burner is used to heat up the content of a layer. The solution of, for example, this tap water, one phase evaporate and passes in the condenser, which is mixed with the cold water and to be condensed in a flask to obtain distilled water. Okay. A water in the distillation flask is heated. Water vapor forms, rises in the flask, and passes into a glass tube in the condenser. The tube is surrounded by cold water, which cools the vapor to a temperature which is which it turns back into a liquid. The liquid water is collected in a second flask. The solid substances that were dissolved in water remain in the distillation flask. This is because their boiling points are much higher than the boiling point of water. Okay, separating a heterogeneous mixture. How could a mixture of aluminum nails and iron nails be separated? Let me think about it. To analyze, to identify the relevant concepts. In order to identify how to separate aluminum and iron nails, the properties of both aluminum and iron must be known. List the properties of each substance, the mixture, aluminum and iron. Both of them is metal and has a gray color. It doesn't dissolve in water, but for aluminum, not attracted to magnet. For iron, it is attracted to magnet. Okay, apply concept to this situation. Identify a property that can be used to separate different substances from each other. The ability to be attracted by a magnet is a property that iron and aluminum do not share. You could use a magnet to remove the iron nails from a mixture of iron and aluminum. Which physical property does filtration rely on on to separate mixtures? Which does distillation rely on? Filtration relies on the size of particles or molecules of a substance. Distillation relies on the boiling point of the substance. This is the end of our video. Thank you for watching and have a nice